Have you ever suffered the loss of data on your computer hard drive or on a DVD onto which you had recorded home movies for future viewing, but these devices might have succumbed to the test of time or degraded because of exposure to the elements, those resulting in data loss? Well, a Japanese company might have just solved that problem for us by introducing this new technology, a new way to preserve data, which makes the preservation of data, which makes it possible to preserve data for hundreds of millions of years. And this new way is by etching binary code in the form of dots with the laser onto quartz glass, which will last a lot longer, and it will be legible for a lot longer than with conventional methods. Um, Therefore, making preserving our culture and stuff more efficient for future generations to observe or to analyze, to see how their ancestors lived. Um, One downside of this new technology is the fact that the compression of data is not. They're not able to compress data to the same degree that they compress it with conventional methods. In other words, you're not able to store as much data in basically 1 square inch of quartz glass, or as with this new technology. It's a lot longer lasting, but you're not able to store as much of it on the same amount of space as if you were doing it by conventional methods. So there's a trade off, but and this is another problem which also ties into my last video. Okay, we're done with that, right? They've basically they basically have found a way to preserve data for you know a very long time, right? Hundreds of millions of years, but not as much of it. It's not, you cannot compress as much data in this new way, which creates another problem that that ties into my last video. Last video I uploaded, which is about that guy that was about to get ran over by a truck. He was riding a motorcycle, but then this lady, basically, you just see like a flash of light. It's happened in China. This lady teleported him to the other side of the street. Therefore, basically saving his life in a split second. Teleported him to the other side of the street. And they were saying that this was actually like an alien or maybe an angel or some like strange, something bizarre that happened. That it's not easily, can't be easily explained, but this actually could be possible. Teleportation could be possible if there was a machine that could, you could, like, sending an email. You could, it could scan your entire body and then send off the information to another machine that to another place, to another machine that could rearrange all the atoms in your body in the right order and then make you appear in that other place. Does it make sense? It was actually what I saw on a TV channel, on a documentary or something like that. But this is actually possible, but it is, the only problem that we face is that we cannot compress that much information into a reasonable amount of space. There's no way to store that, to store all the information where, like, certain, all the atoms in your body are at. You know Considering that there are basically, on the average body contains 7 octillion atoms. That's like a 7 followed by 27 zeros. So that's how many atoms the average body is comprised of. And there is no way to store that much data on a like reasonable amount of space, you know. So basically, to store that much data, you need like a stack of CDs on the, with like you know, conventional CDs. You need a stack of CDs from here to the moon, which is not really you know, that creates other problems, but it's not really, you know, feasible for now. But it could be possible once, you know, we're able to compress data to the same degree into which, you know, the DNA code is compressed. Um, the DNA code is compressed to such a degree that, you know, that would actually be possible. Um, but you know, we're not there yet. And but this type of technology that, you know, is not, doesn't allow for, you know, higher compression of data, but you know, it preserves the data intact for a lot longer, for a much longer period of time. So it's like one of the two it's actually solving one of the two problems that we have, you know, the data that becomes you know, it's still going to be legible, you know, it's preservation, and then the amount of data that you can store into a certain amount of space. So that's how it ties into my last video. You should go check out my last video, and you know, I left a link there on the last video. There's a link on that video's description to, you know, watch that video of that guy getting teleported by this woman and then saved. This happened in China, and yeah, that's how it happened. But yeah, this is definitely is a leap and a step on the right to the right on the right direction, and I'm happy for those scientists that are making leaps in technology. Yeah, so this new, and then there's gonna be a link in the description of this video to that article about the new way of, you know, preserving data. And you know, this like quartz glass basically can withstand, you know, very high temperatures up to like 1,000 degrees Celsius or something like that. Which you know, I've had you know, I have my fair amount of data stored in like an external hard drive and stuff, and I don't know when that thing is gonna give out. You know, it's new, but you know, I'm expecting to keep that data. You know, it's basically data from when I was younger, much younger and stuff. You know, videos that I recorded and stuff, and I'm, you know, I want that thing to last a long time and to not like break down and then make the retrieval of info of those videos impossible. You know, I just want that thing to last for a long time. You know, I'm taking good care of it, but sometimes I might drop it. You know, I might have like bumped it against something, or you know. But yeah, let me know what you think about this new technology and stuff. Sorry if I confused you a little bit, you know, by tying into my last video. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on this video. Bye bye.